We just got more angry that the fact you even brought that DIY sad looking thing. Never is it okay to be like, oh, the back of my breastplate is showing, but that's fine because it's the back. Hey guys, we're back with RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 4. And as always, we're going to go straight into the looks and the runway because that's what we do here and that's what we talk about. And quite frankly, the challenge itself was, with those songs, all of it was just cringe. But anyway, what we do is the runways and we get into what they're giving on the runway. Because like I said, that's what we do here. So let's start. Normally we don't go over what Ru is giving because it's about the girls and the contestants. But today I just had to do Ru because it is giving just all wrong. It's giving frumpy. The dress looks frumpy. It doesn't look like it's for Ru. This is just frumpy. It looks like it makes her look like an old lady. It's like high-low with the cut, which is very dated and not now. The color is like, yeah, that color is like, it's like a pinky color and it's pretty on her, but it's still with that print, it's giving old. It has a belt, which, yes, she needs a cinch, but like, it's still giving just like very like frumpy. It's like frumpy is the most appropriate word for it because it's like, it's giving frumpy. Like, it's all around dated. Even the detailing of like the off the shoulder here, it's just giving dated. It's giving early 2000s. It's giving like 2010. It's giving all those it's not giving now. It's not giving 2025. It's not giving anything new. It's giving old lady. Like she looks like an old lady. Like not her face because her face is always gorgeous, but the dress is very old. The dress is very old lady and just not, no. And the high-low, it's just no, like, this one was just like, it's like, we had to get into this because I was like, this dress is just not what I expect from Ru. Like, she normally doesn't look old. She's normally giving. This does nothing for her. Like, I don't know why she came on the runway with this, but like, this was a no, Ru. Mug is always going to give, but the dress is giving like, she looks like somebody's old auntie. Is giving somebody's old auntie. And it's just like, Ru, no. Category is quilted for your pleasure. That means the garment should be quilted in some way. Let's see. Let's start with Lydia B. Collins. I like what she did. It's kind of like almost like a take on like a bed quilt mixed with like a stuffed animal. It's kind of like conceptual. I'm into it. It's interesting. It's like, it's obviously quilted, but it's like in an unexpected way. And that's what you should be doing on the runway. And for that, I like it. Like, yeah, I like it. It's like, it's interesting and I like it. And it's constructed well. It looks interesting is the best way to say it. But like, I like it. And it, again, it fits the brief. Like quilted, it's quilted. Like it fits the brief, which is most important. Like she said, it's like crazy cat lady in that way. But I also see a little bit of like stuffed animal. But I do see the crazy cat lady, but I see more like stuffed animal and like, just like, yeah, but like, it's giving like, it's giving like I said, it's giving what the prompt is, which is quilt. And that's what's most important. And it's done in an interesting way. It's interesting. So that's all that matters. I like it. Or it's fine rather. Jewel Sparkles. I like it. It's the challenge. The whole garment is quilted from like, the bodysuit, everything's quilted. And what I like is the fact that the backing is lined with black and also quilted. So it's like, it looks put together. Like the lining should always be quilted. Like don't just leave the back. And I like that the back is black and it's like, because she didn't just do blue. Because I actually like that it's like a contrast now. I like that her hair is really cool with it. Makeup is beautiful. Like it's put together. It's the brief. It's quilted. She did the challenge. She met the brief. Like I said, that's what's most important. And it's like, yeah, it's not necessarily anything we haven't seen before, but it's made really well. And that's enough for me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, underneath is just a bodysuit, but I still like it. And I like the way that the train is going with the black underneath. Like, it's good. It's good. It's put together and it's good. I am going to say though about like, again, with pantyhose, every once in a while, they don't always need to be flesh color. This would have been an occasion that she could have done black pantyhose, and it would have been, it didn't need to be flesh color. Because again, I'm noticing these girls' pantyhose just read as pantyhose. And yes, there's only so much you can do to make it look skin, but like make it actually look like your skin. But like something about hers is like drastically different from like her skin tone. So it's just like, here comes pantyhose. And pantyhose should be in a glance like, oh, it's your skin. It should look like your legs. But like for her, I'm just like, nope, she's wearing pantyhose. It's not her legs. I know it's not her legs. Like something about her pantyhose. I don't know if it's not quite her skin tone. I don't know what needs to be done, but it's, I can clock that her pantyhose are not. There's a difference between her skin tone and the pantyhose, and that shouldn't be the case. But here would have been a good time to just do black pantyhose because it would have been really crisp and like bring everything together and just much more chic, especially with the backing being black, with the lining being black, with the black quilting underneath, and then the black pantyhose. It would have just gave. It would just looked much more like just together, like as opposed to pantyhose and showing legs where it just gives like a, like it almost would have looked, almost might have gave almost like a pants vibe and less just bodysuit and just looked a little bit more elevated. But when you do pantyhose that don't look like your skin tone, it's just like, okay, bodysuit and pantyhose, here they come. But everything else, I like the train and everything else, but I'm just saying little things like that. Don't be afraid to do black pantyhose because why not? It doesn't always need to be flesh color. If there's a time that you can incorporate black pantyhose, use it because and it doesn't always need to be flesh colored. Arietti, this is exquisite. It's made well. It's like the construction of it is brilliant. It's cohesive from head to toe, but it does not read quilt. I don't know if the fabric actually is quilted or not, but since the fabric is also printed, all you see is the print and we can't tell that it's quilted. So it ends up becoming about the print and not about the quiltedness of it. And now that's your story, and your story is no longer about it being quilted. It's like too much is going on, and the main story, which is the challenge, which is the brief, is quilted, and we lost it because we have latex, we have that busy fabric, we have the hair up, like it's not in your face quilted, and it should be in your face quilted. Joella, now see, it's one of those things where it's like too literal, like she's literally a bed with a quilt on it, and it's like too literal, and it's like not done well. Now, we have seen it done before on concerts and stuff, have done kind of things where it looks like they're on a bed and they're standing. Like there are concerts that have done it, but like it didn't look like this. This looks very DIY. If you're gonna do it, like, can we at least get some pillows on the bed? Like, why is it just the plain bed? Like, can we get some pillows too that match, like, to create dimension? So it's not just one flat thing walking towards us and with a hole cut out with your face. And it's like, it looks like you made it yourself. It doesn't even look like a well put together bed. It's like you went crazy with a hot glue gun. But like at the bare minimum, we could have had a blanket with your head in the blanket. If you're going to have that hole, your head could have been in the in two pillows or on two pillows. And then you could have had a blanket up to here. And then it at least makes sense. And it's reading she's in bed as opposed to she's a bed charging towards us. And then you tried to gag us with the RuPaul picture on the back, which is kind of nice, but like that's the only gag, and it's not enough of a gag for it to be like, for it to warrant you doing this. It's like, no, it's literally just a square coming out of fabric, and that's not okay. Like, don't try to put Ru on the back to make us be like, oh, okay, well, she put Ru on the back. It's like, no, you just put Ru on the back of a square of fabric, and it's like, that is not okay. Like, and then the Ru that's on the back is like, again, looks very DIY. Can it be like stone? Can there be light somewhere? Can there be a wow factor somewhere if it's just going to be a square? Like you can't just bring fabric down the runway on a square. Like there needs to be a wow factor in some way, and there was no wow factor anywhere. And you thought it was Ru, but that's not really a wow factor. It's just like, oh, okay, Ru's in the back. Like it could have been like, I was expecting her to take it off, really. Like, it's fine for a reveal, but, like, you literally stayed in it the whole time, and you're just literally a bed. And it's, like, a DIY-looking bed at that. Like, that's super stiff. Like, it would have been nice if, like, when you turned around, okay, yeah, it was Rue, and then like I don't know, it's like a maybe it was like a print or the shape of one of Rue's past outfits, and it was the shape, and then like you bust out of it and you're in that same garment. Something like that to wow us though would have been interesting, but like not just a painting that was made that looks like anyone could have made on the back of Rue. Like, no, like where is the actual wow factor? And it should have been a reveal. It really should have. So no, Joella, no. This is not okay. Mm-mm. Because we've seen that whole bed thing done before and way better than this. This looks like you did it yourself, and you just did it with a hot glue gun and took you a few like minutes really. No. Mm-mm. Lingerie. I Live. It's like very vibrant. It's giving quilted. It's giving like the hair goes brilliantly with it. Her mug is giving like it's the little. I don't know if I necessarily like the little like leg warmer things on the shoe. It almost like takes it to like a different like I mean it is party-ish, but like it kind of takes it a little too party with that. But like I almost would have liked it. It would have been a little bit more chic and a little bit more sleek with just a shoe we didn't need it. But I get that she wanted to bring it down, but then I would have rather you just have found like a quilted pump, which I'm sure is somewhere you can find somewhere, or even a quilted boot. But I don't like those like pullover like leg warmer things. To me they're always giving like too party, like it's like cheapens things to me. But it does work as far as like creating cuts, how everything's like cuts of color. It does work in that way, so like I still kind of like it. But I just always, the dress is just so like chic. To me that kind of makes it like almost tacky, but it's still chic. But I just would have rather have seen a pump, just a pump. We didn't need to bring it down. I get wanting to bring it down, but you didn't necessarily need to. Or like a boot or something that was quilted. But like it's the leg warmers for me. I don't know if I just can't get into leg warmers like that. To me it's too just like cheapens things. But the overall moment is very chic, meets the brief. Like I said, it's giving like, it's very conceptual too, like it's like pulled together and giving like a moment, and it's very chic. Like I can excuse the leg warmers because it's all put together really well and it's chic and she looks gorgeous. And again, it's brief. It's really good. Crystal Envy. This is gorgeous. It is quilted down and looks like a seashell. It's giving expensive. The mug, the hair is gorgeous with it. The hair matches the bottom of the dress perfectly. It's the right red. Then she opens it and we see that that bodysuit is also quilted too along the side and like playing off of the quiltedness of the jacket of the long dress. It's like gorgeous. It's a full-on story, and it's like she said like lobster, which is kind of like plays off of the sea by the seashore, plays off of the seashells on the shoulder detail. So it's a whole story. There's a storyline. This is what I mean about creating a story when you do a reveal. And that's, if you're going to do a reveal, there should be a story with it. And that's what she did. It's like the whole thing is, it's put together brilliantly. Like it is perfection. It's just perfection. It is gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with it. That is the brief, and there is like there's it's honestly like the best. It's honestly like the best out of all the girls, because it's so expensive looking. It's really good. Susie Toot. I like it. It is quilted. It's giving me more of kind of like almost like a Renaissance fair vibe, which is fine because I mean that's kind of like more of where she would go with her things anyway. Like she's obviously not going to give you chic current kind of, that she's going to stay within what she's, this is more her. But I like it though, because it still does have an element of like new to it and young. Because I like it. I like the cut of the dress. I like the hair thing. I like how that, whatever that wig and the headpiece is. And like it still actually does give expensive. Like the fabric doesn't look cheap. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's like I like her interpretation of the brief. So it's good. In case you forgot, she mixed it. It is quilted and she mixed it with lace. It's very old lady. But and it is the brief. She met the brief. But like it's almost a little too old lady and just kind of like blah and boring. Like, yeah, she met the brief, but like it's also boring. And like I know I say it's as long as you meet the brief, but then at the same time, if you met the brief and it's boring, I don't know. Like you shouldn't be boring either. But I mean, like I said, she met the brief, and I guess it's fine, and it's made well. But it's like it's just like it almost looks like you could have bought it or found it at a thrift shop or something. So that's where I'm like, I don't know. But like maybe I would have liked it if it was a gown more, because then that would have been a little bit more elevated or something. But I don't know. It's just the colors too. The colors are very blah. The colors are not standing out on the runway. It's just like blah colors. Everything's giving flat. Like almost even if she made the lace colored black would have been a stark contrast and like made it pop more, and then maybe that would have made it less blah. Just even something as subtle as like changing the color of the lace to a dark color like that to really contrast. It would be like very visually impactful while coming down the runway. Something as simple as that would have like made it a little less blah. Because right now it just reminds me of like blah, like just whatever. Plainness. It's giving just plain. But it's fine, I guess. Now, Sam Star. To me, Sam Star was the other best one. Like, Sam Star's to me is really good. Like, I like that it's a sleeping bag turned into a gown. She has the zipper. The zipper is stoned down. The hair is turned into the pillow. She's carrying a teddy bear. Like, there's, again, a storyline. Everything is giving expensive. It's really chic, well put together, well made. The construction's brilliant. Like, there's also nothing wrong with this either. I don't know which one I like more, but like this one, I like the story of it, and I like that it's a sleeping bag that zips down with a huge zipper. Like there's so much details that like going on, but nothing's like overwhelming. Like it's all telling a story. You can tell the story immediately. Like, and it's expensive. Like it's really good. Like Sam Star, this is really good as well. It is. Her Mona Lisa, I mean, I like it. It's giving very her. It's giving kind of like an old lady quilt dress. Old lady in like I don't know where, but like somewhere like countryside, like small town. Like she just had this fabric and she turned it into this. So it's like, it's her. It's giving very her. And for that, I like it, but it looks put together. It's well made. It's not anything new. I mean, I like the big sleeves, but I mean, we've seen that before too. It's like, there's nothing new here, but it looks good. And it's the brief, which is all that matters. It's fine. Corey King. Yeah, it does read quilted, yes, with the fabric, and you do know what it is, but there's so much going on that's like, we can't forgive it. Like, when we see your breastplate from the back, are we serious right now? But even the breastplate, like, this could have been elevated by just like, because I'm looking at it and I can still tell that it's fake boobs, right? And silicone, but we should try to disguise it even more if we can. Imagine if she put like a black sheer turtleneck underneath, and then and let's say that the back of the turtleneck wasn't sheer, just the front or something. It would hide the back of the breastplate, which we see when she turns around, but it would also really make the boobs look like boobs because we wouldn't see the plasticness, because it just looks plastic. And yeah, she's covering up here and trying to disguise, which is fine, but it's like, we should, if you can try to hide and make the boobs look as real as possible and really disguise them, you should just do it, because all she would have needed to have done is done the sheer turtleneck underneath, and then she probably could have lost the gloves, and then just had the back of the turtleneck be solid color so we don't see the back of the breastplate, and then the boobs would have looked real, because it would just be like, oh, there's like sheer illusion over her real boobs. And like, I mean, she still could have the gloves too if she wanted to, but like sheer illusion in the front and something to cover the back would have really like brought this together. Like, we don't always need to see skin again. Like, like you can cover up and still show things with like see-through. Like, if it was sheer, it doesn't have to be actual skin. It could have just been black sheer covering the boobs. We wouldn't have been able to tell, because the boobs look plastic to me. I mean, they just like, and yeah, there's only like, well, not there's only so much you can do. There's a lot you can do to disguise fake boobs. So it's like, do it if you can. Let's sheer even if it doesn't, maybe like, and even if you want to show this amount of with the opera gloves, then attach sheer fabric to just here, black sheer fabric to just here, if she wants to show arms and she doesn't want it to be a long sleeve or whatever, sheer fabric here, and then make the back longer to cover up the breastplate, because you know you're going to wear it with a breastplate, so make the back longer. It's fine for the back to be longer. Do something, but if you're showing fake boobs, disguise it as much as possible. Don't be like, it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't need to look like your skin, so like you don't want to cover it up. Like, no, like you can put sheer fabric over it and it will still look like, oh, she has boobs, but we just can't tell that they're plastic. We just can, you know what I mean? Like, it makes it look more real. And then as far as the back of the dress, okay, like, why can't you make the back of the dress longer? Like, never is it okay to be like, oh, the back of my breastplate is showing, but that's fine because it's the back. Like, no, either make the back longer or figure out another way to disguise it. Disguise as many things as possible. When you're dealing with fake boobs and breastplates, disguise as many things as possible. That's going to go from not making it look less plastic in any way if you have the opportunity to, with sheer fabric, covering the bib, the line, which she did do, but like, always disguise the breastplate and the back of it. She didn't do any of that. Well, except this with the necklace, but it's just giving like, oh, she's got a breastplate on, because that's what it looks like. It's got a breastplate on, it looks like plastic. Turn around, we see the breastplate. We've lost all of the illusion. No, Corey. No. And then yeah, like they said about the train, it's not like giving dramatic enough, and it's like a little sad train like that too. But to me, that's like whatever. I'm more just like, wow, you really let us see the back of the breastplate. To me, that's more of the no. We can't forgive that. Also, the hat. Imagine if the hat was like way taller and just gigantic, would have added to the drama. Like, the hat almost looks like a little sad hat. Yeah, no. Lexi Love. Now, I know that the fabric is quilted, but it's not reading as though the quilted fabric is the story. It's reading more about like the shiny like stones and whatever. It's reading more about that than it is about the quilt. So it's like, it seems as though the story is about like the jewels and the stones and all of that. Like, it's almost like you would have thought it was like a chandelier challenge or something rather than a quilted challenge. Like, and then also it's too busy because you have all of that shiny stuff on the hat and right here. And it's like, the hat is black, and then so the diamonds, whatever, is really standing out. But then you also have fishnets on your sleeves and right here. So, and then the bottom part's quilted with the train. So it's like a lot is going on, taking away from the story of quilted fabric. It's not about that anymore. Now it's about the fishnets that we see here and all that adornment here. Like, a lot is happening. And when you see it, you're not automatically like, quilt. You're not automatically saying, oh, quilted fabric. You don't even know. That's the last thing you think of. All you see is blingy, shiny. And that's what you're like, oh, okay, it's about shininess. But it's not about shininess. It was about quilted. So like, yeah, no, too much is going on. And what's going on isn't bringing you to the focus of quilted fabric. It's bringing you to like, oh, she's got a huge hat with shiny stuff, and right here shiny stuff, and then she's got fishnets. Too much is going on, and your eyes don't know where to look, and your eyes ends up looking at the fabric last, which should be the first thing you notice. Yeah, no. It's it's the brief in the sense that she used quilted fabric, but it's not in the brief. It's not the brief still in the sense because you should automatically know that it's a quilted challenge. And you wouldn't know when you first see it. So yeah, no, it's like, it kind of still didn't meet the brief, even though she used the fabric. She didn't use it in a way that it's like in your face. So yeah, no, too much is going on. And just also too editing, like too much is going on. Like, why is there fishnet sleeves? And just no. Anya Nerve, yes, she looks gorgeous. The hair is big, dramatic, perfect for the runway. The the quilted parts that go across and along the bottom, it's like stone, so it's like reflecting light, and it's already colorful, but it's also stone, so it's reflecting light. It's giving expensive. It's giving Black Pride. It's giving just all around right. It is right. On your nerve, it just looks right. Okay, now the lip sync. Joella did not know the words. She kept that bed thing on for way too long and didn't show her mouth for way too long. Why were you turned around? You thought we were gonna gag because it was RuPaul's picture back there, and was it supposed to look like RuPaul was the one lip syncing when it's just a sad picture that's on the back? Like, no, you need to turn around. We need to see you actually syncing, lip syncing. Like, you're turned around, and quite frankly, it might have been because she didn't know the words, because we see later that on the Snoop Dogg part, she didn't know that part. She doesn't know, I guess she didn't know much of the song. Why? But even, like, why? You should have never even came out with that bed on. It should have never came. Like, you should have started the lip sync without it, because it's so sad. You just tried to do a reveal with it, and it's just like, no, it's still hideous, because it's just like, the thing is, it's not, the reveal didn't give. Like, you should have went straight into the song without it. Like, or immediately take it off. Like, the reveal needed to happen way sooner, because it was so cringe to see just you turned around and we can't even see you. And then you did turn around and it was still on. Like, it was on for way too long for a lip sync. Like, it needed to go immediately. But you really shouldn't have worn it at all. Like, you should have just came out with what was underneath, and that would have been better, because we saw it again and we just got more angry that the fact of it was that you even brought that DIY sad looking thing anyway, and you just reminded us of it. So it's like, you shouldn't have even came out with it. You should have just came out with what was underneath, and that would have been better. But again, no. But she also didn't know the song. When she did take it off, she wasn't giving like that. Like, Corey was going off. Corey gave us reveals. I was like, yes, for the hair reveal. Like, Corey slayed her. Rue chose the right person. And then they do to see if they're going to get a chance to stay by seeing if they're going to pull the right lever to dunk Michelle. Again, I was kind of like, there was part of me that was like, maybe they will keep her, because like they realize that she says like really good things for TV. So I was just like, maybe they'll keep her, because like I said, that lever, they control it. It's not actually synced up to the dunking machine. They just control it, and they'll dunk who they would like to save. It's all on production. It has nothing to do with what that lever is actually connected to. Like, it's not actually connected to that machine. It's just like, oh no, we're going to keep her. And I was like, oh, well, I could see a world where they keep Joella, because like, she is good for the show with the things that she's been saying. So I was like, maybe they will, but no, they didn't. They decided not to use it on her. And now Joella's gone. And quite frankly, she should be, because that bed was no. And then that lip sync, you didn't know the words and you weren't giving, and like, Corey deserved to say, like, no, she needed to go. I'm glad Corey stayed, because like, Corey just gives more than her. Like, there's just more with Corey. Like, she needed to go. And yeah. Anyway, guys, that was this week's episode. I'll see you guys next week. And if you like this video, then like and subscribe down below. See you guys. Bye.